Welcome to Animation Rundown and another fun movie recap. Batman. The doom that came to Gotham starts with Bruce Wayne and his team searching for a whole missing crew. Bruce Wayne and his team's search for Professor Oswald Cobblepot's expedition team had led them to the Antarctic. Their trip to the Antarctic turned out to be a bit fruitful as they did find the team's ship, but there was no trace of any type of human life on the ship. However, this obstacle in their path does not stop the crew from searching. Dick Grayson and Sanjay Tata also make sure to accompany Bruce Wayne in this tiresome search for the expedition team that has disappeared for weeks, along with Professor Oswald Cobblepot. While continuing the search, Bruce finds Professor Oswald Cobblepot's journal on the ship. In the journal, Professor Oswald Cobblepot detailed the first few days of the expedition only. Out of determination, Bruce Wayne decides to search the icy mountains on his own. He did find he was looking for, but was deeply surprised when he found Professor Oswald Cobblepot in the mountains. He looked very weird. His skin had turned blue and purple type of burns on his skin. As the bizarre professor advances onwards, the piece of ice that Bruce was holding onto breaks, and as a result, he falls. Bruce finds himself taking cover inside an ice-filled cave. If Bruce thought that he was safe in this cave, then he was extremely wrong. While venturing further into the cave, Bruce finds himself face to face with another survivor, Brendan. Like the professor, Brendan looked like he went oopsie-daisy. Not to mention, he no more had any eyes, there were just two holes in his face instead of his eyes. As Bruce Wayne tries to talk to him properly, Brendan starts ranting about how he has become the messenger to the world. Bruce trying to calm Brendan down, but instead was attacked by gruesome and scary-looking penguin abominations. Seeing Bruce Wayne busy fighting the penguin abominations, Brendan runs towards an ice wall and starts breaking it with his tool. He kept doing so until there was a crack in the ice-cold wall. This little crack was enough for the monster to spread his tentacles of evil. Using the little crack, the monster infects Brendan with its tentacles. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne uses his flare gun and scares the penguin abominations away. He also knocks down Brendan with one strong blow when Brendan tried to attack him. Bruce Wayne comes up with a plan to stop the creature hiding behind the ice wall from escaping. He blew up the whole cave so that the entrance and its pathways would be covered with rocks and ice, making it close to impossible for anyone or anything to enter or leave the cave. Laying Brendan's body in a tow, Bruce and his team, who met him outside the cave, went back to their ship. There, he starts inspecting Professor Oswald Cobblepot's journal even more closely. Upon close inspection, he finds out that Gotham City is in grave danger and that the team should return to the city as quickly as possible. What made him do so? After going through the journal properly, Bruce found out about an ancient cult working behind the scenes who had great ties with the people of Gotham City. With this, Bruce finally returned to Gotham City after 20 whole years. Looking at the city again after 20 years, Bruce has countless flashbacks. His mind wanders back to the memory of his parents getting murdered when he was just an innocent child. Before leaving the ship, the team had to decide who will have to secure the ship. Sanjay, who pulled the short stick, had to be left behind to look after the ship. On his arrival, Bruce is welcomed back to the city by Lucius Fox, who had been looking after Wayne Corporation while Bruce was traveling. Bruce decides to go and check out Wayne Manor. As soon as he entered, he feels something is amiss. His ill feeling turned out to be right when the team find the dead corpse of Kirk Langstrom. Like things could not get any eerier, Bruce is met by a mysterious man named Jason Blood. Jason Blood says that he knows a lot about Bruce's life, more than most people do. Jason talked about how when Bruce's parents were murdered, how Bruce immersed himself in all types of criminology, psychology, or any other skill that will help him to take his revenge one day. Continuing, Jason says that Bruce must remember 3 important things. First, he must seek out 2 spirits, one wrapped in bats and the other in flames. Secondly, Bruce should die so that evil will be defeated. Progressing towards Bruce, he menacingly gives him the 3rd reminder. Before Gotham can be saved, it must first burn to the ground. Defending himself from Jason's attack, Bruce pins Jason to the ground, not believing a word that came out of Jason's mouth. Things become even weirder when Jason turns into a blazing demon and makes his escape by breaking one of the manor's windows. Keeping his cool, Bruce goes back to the dinner he was having with Oliver Queen as if nothing big happened. Oliver had also invited Harvey Dent. Unsurprisingly, the topic of Kirk Langstrom was brought upon after everyone finished eating. Harvey tells his friends that Langstrom was a biologist from the university. He even talks about how recently Langstrom had become unusually obsessed with bats. He also said that he became so obsessed that he called himself a bat as well. With this piece of information, it was necessary for Bruce to dig in further. In his Batman attire, Batman searches Langstrom's office to find his journal, which was hidden way too properly. In the journal, Langstrom wrote about how the bats told him about the horror sitting right at reality's doorstep. From the journal, it is also understood that the cult hiding in Gotham City has been trying to bring this horror back to reality after its disappearance for centuries. It says that the cult will need the Book of Testament to finally bring horror to this world. Once Batman compared Langstrom's journal and Cobblepot's journal, he figured out that Cobblepot had found out about the whereabouts of this so-called Book of Testament. To check if the university has the book, Batman asks Professor Manfred for confirmation. Little did Batman know Manfred was lying. Immediately after cutting the call, he takes out the book from its hiding place. This is where Talia al Ghul appears in front of him. Professor Manfred starts begging for his life when Talia opens a bottle out of which a red-colored reptile crawls out and goes straight inside Manfred's ear. Thankfully, Batman arrives at the perfect time. He demands Manfred to hand over the book when Talia tells now the possessed and beastly Manfred to attack Batman. Batman effortlessly leaves the beastly Manfred and follows Talia. While following Talia, he encounters a reptilian monster who Batman wasn't able to defeat due to the potion Talia had sewed on him, so he decides to run away. During the interval, Dick and Kylie are on their way to check up on Sanjay when they are stopped by cops. Oliver creates a distraction while Dick runs to the ship on his own. To his horror, he found Sanjay frozen to death and is also attacked by the reptilian creature. Hearing all the commotion, the cop and Oliver arrive at the ship where they find dead Sanjay and Dick and Grendon's body missing. At the same time, in her hideout, Talia starts making preparations to resurrect Ra's al Ghul. Talia brings her the last ingredient she needed, and with Tatia's help, she successfully resurrects Ra's al Ghul back to life. Back at the Wayne Manor, Batman asks Alfred to bring him a book about the dark arts. He thought that there should be a reasonable explanation for all of this. With the help of the book, Batman finds Talia's hiding place, the Mausoleum of the Serpent. He interrupts Talia and Ra's al Ghul from chanting their evil spells, but was too late. Out of nowhere, all types of reptiles started emerging. Due to the hole emerging, Batman falls into it. Meanwhile, Gotham City is in havoc as all kinds of reptiles start emerging from the city's sewers. The only task left in hand for Ra's al Ghul from accomplishing his evil goals was Harvey Dent, and the way to beat him was the key that is inside Grendon. Talia retrieves the key from Grendon by stabbing him. A sea falls out and Poison Ivy was born. Unfortunately, their plan worked. When Poison Ivy met Harvey Dent outside, she smeared something on his hand, which made half of his body look like a monster. On the other side of the city, Kylie learns more about Oliver. Listening to the story from Oliver himself, she found out that Oliver's father went crazy after he made the Devil's Pact and killed Batman's parents in the process. He has been trying to overweight his father's wrongdoings with his good deeds. Sensing that monsters were coming after him, Oliver sends Kylie away. Oliver is attacked by Poison Ivy, and in an attempt to defeat her, he harms himself as well. Not long after, Kylie returns with Batman just to find Oliver breathing his last breaths. When Batman and Kylie were paying their respects to Sanjay and Dick, they were met by the police commissioner. He told them that they should meet Barbara. Barbara had gained mystical powers after her accident. Batman meets Barbara that very night in Arkham Asylum. She helps him to communicate with the Spirit of Flame, which turned out to be his father. His father told him how the Professor Cobblepot, Bartley Langstrom, and Henry Queen made a Devil's Pact driven by hunger and poverty. After forming the Devil's Pact, Gotham City thrived, but the Four Sons realized what they had done was wrong, and they were late. Lastly, his father said that Batman still has time to save the city. Reaching Langstrom's office, Batman starts opening the portal. He finds Harvey there and joins the dots. Harvey tells him that Talia and Ra's had already entered the portal. Batman hurries inside and stabs Talia with his arrow when she tried to kill him. To stop the creature from entering the portal, Batman realizes what he has to do. He lets the Master consume, and he actually becomes a Batman. Estragon emerges and tells Batman that he wants to fight the creature all by himself. Batman tries to escape Etragon's flames, but isn't able to do in time. In the same interval, fire bursts out from the city's sewer, making it look like the city is on fire. The movie ends with the memorial of all the characters who died saving the city, and Kylie has been appointed as the head of the Gotham City Foundation. If you liked the video, be kind and press the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel Animation Rundown.